What's up guys, Clark Shao here with Six Pack Shortcuts. Got my boy Henry Tran.
What's up everyone?
Today I'm gonna give you guys a different kind of workout. This is actually a workout that I'm doing for myself currently and Henry as well. So this type of workout is called the what do I do when I'm injured workout. Do you A, not work out, or do you still work out? B, you still work out. You don't get lazy, lose all your gains and get fat or anything like that. You still keep it up. So recently what happened was over this weekend, I clumsily rolled my ankle and check it out. If you guys don't believe me, it's fat as hell. And I'm still recovering. It's been about 5 days. And you know, of course, I still gotta get to the gym. I still gotta stay on top of everything. And I'm gonna show you how I can work around that. And then after that, Henry's gonna show us how he works around.
Yeah, so I got a little elbow issue going on. It's feeling a little inflamed this past week, a little tender. So I'm gonna show you guys what you can do to work around it and you know, not just stay out of the gym, but be able to keep working out even though you got some irritation in, for example, the tricep area or my elbow area.
And of course, we always stress working out in proper form and doing things safely and correctly. But sometimes, you know, injuries are inevitable. Even if you're doing something in perfect form, sometimes your muscle just, you know, tends to tweak a little bit. I've even injured myself sleeping, like, you know, when you sleep the wrong way and you wake up and you can't turn your neck and it's like, man, I'm in the gym lifting like a ton of weight and then I hurt myself sleeping.
Or when you have a bad sneeze and you like hurt your back sneezing. Yeah, it's happened to me before too.
I mean, anything can happen. You know, I was just walking down the sidewalk. There was some construction. There was no warning signs posted. Shame on Las Vegas. But anyways, I happened to fall into this little ditch and really rolled my ankle. It was really bad. But anyways, I found a way to work out, and today is actually my leg day. So of course, you know, with a rolled ankle, I can still do bench press. I can still do seated rows and lat pulls and bicep curls and everything else. But what about leg day? I'm not gonna skip leg day, okay? So today's my leg day. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna work around this, okay? So check it out. For the quads, I'm gonna come on over here. And of course, I'm not gonna be able to do any kind of leg presses because of the fact that when I put a lot of pressure here and I'm pushing, well, that's gonna put a lot of strain on my ankle, which it's really bruised up and it's swollen, so I don't wanna put pressure on it. So what am I gonna do for my quads? Well, here. This doesn't put any pressure on my ankle. And I can't really go too heavy also because the swelling is almost up to my shin, so I do feel a little bit of pain from the bruising. But, you know, this is what I'm gonna do here today. And even though it's light, I'm gonna go a ton of reps until I really get this burning in here. Why? Well, you ever heard the term use it or lose it? If you don't use it, it's called atrophy. The muscles will start to basically eat itself away if you just stop working out completely. Even if you keep up with your protein, you're gonna lose some strength, you're gonna lose some size. So by working it and pumping the blood into the area, you actually prevent any muscular atrophy. So this is going to keep my quads pumped, preserve the muscle there, and also keep it strong. And you're just gonna go until it burns like crazy. It's been burning already.
And another thing is, Clark has some good points, but it's also very, the thing you gotta do is be aware and monitor how bad it hurts. So, you know, even though this doesn't put a lot of strain on your ankle, but if it's, you know, each injury is different. If it really hurts you, then you might wanna not do it, move on to something else, or maybe take the weight down a little lower where it doesn't put too much pressure on that area. But definitely monitor it yourself because you know your body best and you don't want to, you know, re-injure it and be out even longer.
And you notice why I'm doing one leg at a time? Because I have this injury here. I can still do both legs at a time here, but what tends to happen is because this one hurts a little bit more, I'm probably going to try to unconsciously compensate by taking less pressure here and pushing more with my left. Okay, so that's why I'm gonna do it one leg at a time. That way they both get the same amount of stimulation, because if I do both legs, I know I'm gonna push harder with the good leg. So you wanna kind of separate it. and just do this. These are called unilateral sets. So you're doing one side at a time.
And another positive thing about doing a lot more reps is that you're gonna have a lot more time under tension on that muscle. You're gonna get a lot more blood flow, as Clark was talking about, and you'll get a real good muscle engagement and kind of building those muscle fibers a little differently than you usually would. So that's a positive thing about doing a little more reps.
Hey, they say everything happens for a reason. So, you know, I'm usually used to going really heavy, try to build some, you know, massive quads or whatnot, but I haven't done weights like this in a long time. I guarantee you I'm gonna be sore, very sore, and that's a good thing.
And that's what you want to do. You want to shock the muscles. Unfortunately, he's shocking his muscles because of injury, you know, but you want to, you know, change it up every once in a while. Do a workout that you wouldn't usually do, like, you know, instead of doing like 10 to 15 reps, you're gonna do like 30 reps or something, just to change it up. And it's good to have a light day every once in a while. You don't have to go, you know, go ham and go heavy all the time. So definitely, you know, change it up, shock your body. And like I said, it's unfortunate he had to get an injury to shock his body.
Well, I know Henry's not gonna do these because he's gonna go and do some real squats.
I'll do the squatting for you later.
The next exercise I'm gonna do, so I got my quads pumped up right now, and the next exercise I'm gonna do is hamstrings. Well, the basic hamstring exercises that you'll see are the prone hamstring curl on the machine, which you can do that too. All you're gonna do is put the pad further up here rather than on your ankle, and that's not gonna cause the pain. Stiff leg deadlifts, I attempted to do this motion, but when I come down, I have to keep this straight. So when I come down, that stretching here, it's kind of painful. So no stiff leg deadlifts for me today. And I decided to do this instead. Just some cable. So I'm gonna wrap it. I don't wanna wrap it on my ankle where it normally goes because it's swollen and bruised up. So I'm gonna go a little bit higher here. Get a good tight grip.
And like Clark was talking about, he used his own judgment to let himself know, hey, I can't do this, let's try something else.
Okay, so there we go. So this is what I'm gonna do for my hamstrings. So where there's a will, there's a way. No excuses, guys. Even if you're injured, get in there, get your workouts in, get your sets in, get that blood flow and get that pump.
And this is actually a great way to get you back to your fundamentals. Like, you can use this time to really focus on your form, make sure your form's right, and yeah, it's a good time to take advantage of that, and you know, it'll help you in the long run.
Whew. Yeah, that's a good burn right there. All right. So there you have it. I'm gonna go ahead and do my other leg. And the reason why I have this step right here is just because I can't get that cable low enough to create this angle to where the cable's pulling back down, so I get a good pump on my hamstring. So I'll show you. So at this angle, I'm not really getting much tension here. So by stepping back and elevating, I kind of want the cable lower so that the cable is pulling against my hamstring. So now there's more tension.
No, the real reason is Clark is only 5 foot tall, that's why. He's certain.
5'10". 5'10". Okay. When I have hair like yours, I'm 6 foot.
Oh yeah, why do you think I have my hair long all the time?
Of course, you're not gonna stop at 2 sets. I'm just demonstrating how I would get my leg workout in, guys. Injury or not. Dang, it's still swollen. You guys should see it on the first day it happened. It's crazy. Plus, you know, chicks were kind of digging the crutches. Oh, poor guy. So Henry, show us what you're gonna do for your elbow.
All right, so like I said, my elbow has been having issues this past week, so you know, there's a lot of workouts that involve the movement of your arm and your elbow, which is tricep bench, shoulders, and you know, biceps. So I'm gonna go through a few workouts with you, each of those muscle groups, to kind of help you, you know, pick and choose which ones might work for you. But again, you got to monitor yourself, use your own judgment. Hey, if it hurts too much, then maybe you don't want to do it. So we're gonna do some triceps first. So, all right, let's get to the point. So, with triceps, if I have a day that is really feeling bad, I'll stay away from any type of like skull crushers, which kind of keep it isolated. I'll do tricep exercises that have a little more motion. I can get more flexibility in my motion and not just keep my elbows in one spot. So that way you can adjust your elbow position to position it where it's not going to be irritating it the most. So rope is a good one that you can get a little different flexibility and motion. So I'm gonna do some rope push downs.
And of course, start light.
Yes,
get it warmed up.
Definitely start light, get a feel for it, see how your troubled area is responding. And once it starts warming up, feels a little better, you take it up, take the reps up. But definitely use the first couple sets to kind of get a feel and get the muscle and blood pumping into the area. So let's just say you can do different positions to hit your tricep, but with my issue, I like to keep my elbows kind of wide. It puts less stress on my elbow. But you're gonna have to do your own judgment. But the rope is a tricep exercise that will allow you to get more flexibility and motion to make sure that you can keep doing a tricep exercise.
So listen to your body, guys. Like if you do it in one fashion and you start feeling some pain, don't try to push through it because you're just gonna make it worse. Try to change it up a little bit, change the weight or change your body positioning, change your form a little bit, and make sure that you can get through the set without further injuring yourself, but still creating that effect that we're looking for here. That's why we're working out.
And not only that, you wanna take time to do these reps. So you wanna do slow and controlled to make sure that you're in control of the weight and not the opposite. And that way you can actually get more time on the tension, getting that muscle engaged a little better, and actually focus on your form. And so another tricep rope exercise you can do is pullover extensions. And this is another tricep exercise that I do if my elbows are feeling a little irritated. And you can keep your elbows a little closer, but just find that position that feels good. Again, slow and controlled. And you don't want to kind of do any type of fast jerky motions where you might irritate a little more than you should.
When my elbows act up, the one thing I can't do are dips.
Yeah, I can't do dips. I can't do skull crushers or
pressure.
Dumbbell pullovers. Those are a no-no for me on my elbow days. My days that my elbows are hurting. All right, so that's a tricep. Biceps, same thing. I'll stay away from preacher curl bars and straight bar curls. They put a lot of strain on my elbow, so I'll focus on more flexible motion workouts, which are dumbbells. You can have a real good range of motion with dumbbells. And again, you can do standard curls, you can do hammer curls, but again, slow and controlled, get the feel for it. Make sure your elbows are feeling okay. You can do different wrist motions. You can, come down parallel to the side, curl up. If that hurts, you can just keep them straight forward. If you want to keep full, just keep them in hammer position. But I'll tend to just stay with dumbbells. Also, the rope curls are a good one to get a little more different range of motion so it doesn't irritate the elbows too much. So that covers triceps and biceps. Another workout or muscle that involves your elbow is presses, right? Bench press, shoulder press. So you can position your elbows and your arms a specific way to put less strain on your elbow. So for example, let's go to everyone's favorite, the bench. So what I usually like to do, I usually like to bench where my elbows are kind of more out and get a kind of deep stretch at the bottom. But if my elbows are really hurting, I'll kind of position my arms a little more in. So I'll do a couple variations of both of them.
Hang on, watch out. Is this bench in the way?
Alright. So usually, elbow's a little more out. But that stretches my elbow a lot, especially if it's being irritated. So I'll come in. And it puts a little more less stress on my shoulders too. That if bench press is too much, I guess again just a weight. You can do push-ups. Push-ups are a great way to kind of, be able to still press, but you're working with injury. And then shoulder presses. I usually stay away from military press, but again, if you still want to try it, position your arms where you don't irritate it the most. And then dumbbell presses for shoulders are what I usually go to. I can get a good range of motion where I can pick a position where it doesn't irritate my elbows. And I'll do some standing ones just to show you guys. So usually I'll keep if my elbows are feeling kind of irritated, I'll keep my elbows more in. But usually I'll flare my elbows a little more out. But that sometimes puts a little more strain on my elbows, so I'll keep them in.
And you notice he never brings his elbows and dumbbells back behind his head like that, because then it's stress on the rotator cuffs.
And people like Arnold presses, but Arnold presses are irritating. Arnold presses where you come forward to the top.
Now, if your elbows are just really shot and you can't do any kind of presses, then what I would suggest for chest would simply be flies. Just grab cables and do some cable flies. Same thing for shoulders. If you can't do shoulder presses, then just do lateral raises. You can do lateral raises to the front, do it about 45 degrees, and also straight out to the side. And that would actually target different heads of your deltoids. So if your elbows are just really in pain and you can't do any kind of pressing, then do laterals and do flies. And that's how you can still get your shoulders and your chest.
Great point. Especially if you want great delt development, then a lot of lateral raises are great to kind of sculpt that shoulder, or the shoulder muscle, and get it still working out, but prevent yourself from hurting your elbow a little more.
So there you have it, guys. Here's our tips and advice on elbow injuries, sprained ankles, or anything else. If you guys want to know some more information or you have any specific questions, please feel free to ask. Comment in the comments area, send us a message, and we'll try to answer any questions that you guys may have. So until next time, I'm Clark Shao.
Henry Tran.
We're Six Pack Shortcuts, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.